Good evening. We're going to now call the monthly meeting of the Tarrant County College District Board of Trustees meeting to order. Today is Thursday, December 16th, 2021. And we'll start out. Hi there, Mr. Barr. How are you doing? Good. Do we have any public comment?
We have none.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. And the board business items and announcements. We have item 3A, approval of November 11th, 2021 work session minutes. Does anyone have any questions or comments on that? Move approval by Dr. Morrison. Second by Mr. Greenhill. Is that correct? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Approval of November 18th, 2021 Board of Trustees meeting minutes. Any questions or comments on that?
Move for approval.
Okay, by Mr. Hornsby. I need a
Greenhill
second.
seconded.
Mr. Greenhill will second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. 3C is consideration and acceptance of the annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal years ended August 31st, 2021 and 2020. Mr. Greenhill.
Yes,
please.
The Audit and Finance Committee met a couple of weeks ago to listen to the detailed analysis of our financial report for the end of the year of 2021. We asked a lot of questions. We got a lot of answers, and we voted unanimously to recommend that we receive the audit, and I hereby move that we accept the 2021 annual report,
Okay.
financial annual report.
All right, we've got a recommendation from the committee, so we won't need a second for that, correct? Ms., is that right? Okay, Ms. Bracken. All right, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. We're going to go on to trustee remarks, and why don't we start with Dr. Morrison today? Do you mind, Dr. Morrison?
Oh, that's
right.
fine.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be with you again. We've not always had board meetings in December. In fact, for many years, we didn't have board meetings in July or December. So it's great to get to come. So you can all say happy birthday to me and also say happy holidays. Thank you. Over the years, it has been my privilege and my pleasure to meet and know some very dedicated people in higher education. And I'm very pleased to say that I met and I was schooled by the first Chancellor of Tarrant County College, Mr. Joe B. Russian. There were some important lessons that I learned from him. And one of them was that he always addressed all of his staff by their full name, male or female. Edith Kelly, who was his administrative assistant, Irma Johnson, Jimmy Stiles. He said that removed any room for doubt. So he never used Mr. or Miss. He always used first and last name. He was such a gentleman, but he was also a scholar. We learned the sad news last week that at the age of 100, he passed away and transitioned from earth to glory. But it was such a pleasure to work with him here at TCC. We can be so grateful that he was one of two, very few chancellors who founded two multi-college districts, Broward College and Tarrant County College District. And I think he put us on very good footing. And as we're approaching 60 years of serving the people of Tarrant County, it's great for us to reflect on what a great job he did, what a gentleman and a scholar, and to give accolades to Mr. Joe B. Russian, Jr. Never learned what the B stood for. He said that was a secret he would take to his grave. You know? See, the all-knowing Chancellor knows. It was also my pleasure this past weekend to to host the State of the Six, which is a community vision and forum that was created to connect the community and the elected officials who serve them, and of course to share the good news about Tarrant County College District. As always, our Chancellor did an excellent job of presenting where we are and some of the things that we're working on. And so you see the advertisement, 7th Annual State of the Six Community Visioning Forum, Plans, Priorities, and Progress. The purpose to engage citizens and elected officials in conversation to collect and share concerns, ideas, issues, and questions regarding future education, economic development, and revitalization. Very great conversation, in addition to a presentation, very excellent presentation by the Chancellor. And he is so relaxed, so forthcoming, so appreciated by the public in the way he just matter-of-factly states our position and the great things we're doing. We also were joined by Congressman Mark Vesey, State Representative Nicole Collier, Justice of the Peace Lisa Woodard, serves Precinct 8, and City Councilman for Fort Worth District 6, Dr. Jarrett Williams. So it was a great conversation, learned a lot of good ideas, tried to share some things, throw things in different people's courts of things they could do. So we have a lot to look forward to here at Tarrant County College as a part of this very vibrant community as we're approaching 60 years of excellence. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Morrison, and thank you for those kind words about Dr. Rushing. I spoke to his daughter, who said she'd spoken to you as well.
Yes.
And she said thank you very much for all of the, for the prayers from TCC. But she talked about his values, the values that he carried throughout his lifetime. He was reared by a single mother, I think, and his grandparents. And she said he never forgot that, and it was that carried him in everything that he did. So thank you for those words. Mr. Greenhill, do you mind talking to us about some of the celebrations?
President Ayala,
Thank you.
you have given me the blessing of talking about all of the wonderful events that many of us have attended during the last several weeks. They have all been, oh, there we go. There was the South Holiday celebration. Abram Lopez was, go back. Abram Lopez was the guitarist at the Northwest Campus Holiday. There is Bill Greenhill with the crowd and the conductor. And there we are at TCC, Tarrant County Connect. My hair looks better in that one. There we are. There we are, looking very serious at the Northeast Holiday Celebration. Oh my gosh, oh my Lord. At the Connect celebration, I'm sorry, Mr. Dr. Giovannini, we sang Jingle Bells, and yes, there we are, we're singing Jingle Bells. What the deal is, all of them were so much fun, and the real good thing about it is we're all together. The students, some of the students are there, the staff, the presidents, and it's so much fun. Oh my gosh, there's the okay, there's a holiday celebration. Oh yeah, there were some naughty and nice, a lot of fun. Everybody was joyful. I think Dr. Madison is probably not going to let me come to another one of his his things. But he's got a marvelous voice, and I tried to overcome him. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, and thank you all for putting on these marvelous events. Our next adventure will be the Southeast Campus, and we'll see what happens there. I think that's been established for after this meeting or somewhere. But anyway, I'm looking forward. And if anybody else has any comments, please. Oh, we have the parade too. Well, anyway, it was, thank you, everybody, for such marvelous parties. And today, here, we had I had a couple of cupcakes, and I'm not going to be eating dinner. There are a lot of cupcakes in there if you want some, and
That's right.
other desserts that are just marvelous.
That's right. Thank you so much for attending and sharing the good news.
Oh, we
That's
also
fun.
went to the foundation event,
Celebrate, yes.
celebration, yeah,
Yes.
and that was a lot of fun, too.
You've been,
It was at a whiskey bar, and it was very nice.
thank you for sharing.
Okay.
That was great. And I love those pictures of you.
Thank
You
you.
had some hidden talents. You can sing as well,
Yeah.
sing and dance.
Oh, my gosh.
I
There's
love
Dr.
it.
Madison back here. Should we do it again?
Yeah,
Let's not.
that's funny.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Hornsby, if you don't mind. Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr. Green.
President Ayala. Good afternoon, good evening to
afternoon.
the board and to the Chancellor. I'm grateful for the opportunities that I have. I'm just going to see what pops up first. This is a first choice
Oh, it's
graduation. First choice program is on Southeast Campus. Dr. Carrie Tunson, who's the Dean of Community Education. It is a program for young adults who need additional accommodations to help themselves to be successful in society. And I believe it's the only program that we have of that sort in Tarrant County College, which I find that really amazing because we have those students that need that kind of help all over the Tarrant County. It might be, but they were so wonderful. They're singing, they did, they prayed, they were dancing on the stage there. And they were having fun, and it was really a great time. Enjoyed being at that graduation, the first choice. They have an end-of-year program every semester. And so I was grateful to be asked to go to that. I also got to attend the announcement of the Juneteenth National Museum that will take place. Here it will be housed here in Fort Worth, Texas. That's Miss Opal Lee, who we are now calling the grandmother of Juneteenth, and Bob Ray Sanders there with her as they were making those announcements, and they're talking about the things that are going to be going on. That is Dr. Michael Evans, the mayor of Mansfield, Texas. He was speaking at the Dad's Club at Dunbar High School, and I was able to go and be a part of that. And those young men you see standing behind Mr. Jonathan, they're teaching them things that are just practical. They're learning how to tie their tie. And if they participated in that, the principal had $10 bills for those that would come and show that last month they taught them and who had continued to learn that. But it's just a good opportunity for dads and their sons to be together. A lot of them were athletes. There were some females present as well. But just an opportunity for them to share wisdom and words of wisdom and be able to be in that school environment, which becomes really important for men to be a part of that. And so it was really a good time that morning. Dr. Evans did a really good job. And I think one of the most special things he did was talked about father wounds, because a lot of young men have those because their fathers are not present, and how to recover from those things as he has experienced that himself. And then on last Saturday, I had the opportunity to be a part of the bell ringing for the mayoral challenge. Mayors of Mansfield, Arlington, Pantego, Dalworthington, Gardenhurst, Euless, Bedford, they compete on who can raise the most money. And so we're ringing bells all over the city, and that's Representative Cook there, David Cook, who was the former mayor of Mansfield, Mansfield for the last 11 years has collected, last 11 of the 12 years, has always collected the most money. This year, we raised over $100,000 for Salvation Army, and it looks like we were, last word I heard, we were about $80,000 in front of the second place winner. So it looks like we may win again, but that was a fun event. It was cold out there that morning, but the people were so gracious, just having an opportunity to speak to them and talk to them, and got to talk to people because they would say, I've seen your picture somewhere, and I tell them I was on the board of trustees. So then they started talking about the college, and I got to share some wonderful things about what the college does and how they could be involved in part of that. Just being out in the community, that's part of the district. That's my part of the district that I'm representing. So I was glad to be a part of that. And that may be it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm so glad that you're still out seeing our friend Dr. Evans, too. He's doing some really good work. So thank you. That is fantastic. Ms. Wood, you want to share a little bit about your activities? Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Well, as Mr. Greenhill said before, I was able to go to the Parade of Lights. It was very, very cold. And as you can see, that's our float. It was a beautiful float, huge. That picture doesn't give it justice, but I was trying to get some close-ups and get the TCC logo, which wasn't easy to do as they're going by, and people are moving around. But it was a beautiful float. They did a great job. And those pictures there, Sheriff Wayburn led the parade, so that was really neat to see him, and all the horses were lit up. And then the last shot, I believe, is my daughter and I freezing in the cold. But we had a great time, and I really appreciate being able to represent the college there, so it was very nice.
Thank you.
And then this week, I was invited to a jazz concert at the Northeast Campus, and the director is Philip Baugh, and you can see some of the gentlemen on the front row. As we go through the pictures, I'll show you this gentleman right here. He is amazing. Colton Crawford, I think that should be his stage name. He just brought the house down. He was wonderful. And there were quite a few other soloists there. The next one is Miles Blevins, and he literally was just amazing. I can't believe I got that shot of him, but he was tremendous. Had a great time, and I think I'm going to head over there a little bit more just to see their concerts. They have fabulous concerts, and sometimes they do them outside, apparently. So if you ever want a free venue to go out on a date or something like that, it's really fun, and it's excellent. They're excellent. So thank you for the opportunity.
For sharing. Some of those were on the float were our nurses, right? Some of our student nurses.
Yes.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Mr. Kine?
Well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
More pictures of Mr. Greenhill. This was at the faculty and staff luncheon at the Northeast Campus. And there were so many great things about this luncheon, but
Yes.
one of the fun things was that Dr. Ayers Palmer came dressed as Santa. So she was amazing. We laughed, we cried. It was a really special opportunity for the faculty and staff there to see each other all for the first time in person, which they all just spoke extensively about. So you could tell how important their community is to each other and just how grateful they are that they're able to assemble together. So good time. I also was able to participate in a parade. Arlington had their 19th annual Holiday Parade of Lights. I don't think he's in the picture, but I was able to convince my husband to drive. My 12-year-old was able to accompany me in the back of this convertible, and we were positioned such that we could watch our twin 8-year-olds on the entry directly in front of us as a part of the Deaf Dads Club. So similar to what Mr. Hornsby described, there are some great organizations at every level of education that are doing whatever they can to provide positive role models, dads, grandfathers, family friends, to really engage kids in learning and community. So that was a lot of fun. It was a little cold, but I don't think it was quite as cold as it was that weekend in November. So we were very grateful for the good weather. One of North Texas's hidden gems is the Festival of Trees, which is put on by the Junior League of Arlington. It is a compilation of about 110 trees that are decorated by various community groups, schools, universities, nonprofits, all free for the public to view. And they ask various community leaders to contribute a tree that represents an organization that is near and dear to their heart. So I thought that this year it was appropriate to represent Tarrant County College, and this is a Success Within Reach tree. So if any of you are interested at seeing all of these trees, they're open and free to the public through the 23rd at the Junior League of Arlington Center for Community Service. And it's just the most beautiful thing ever. So many talented people decorating trees. This was my non-professional attempt at decorating one such tree.
It looks beautiful.
And then finally, Awaken Ensemble, in partnership with First United Methodist Church of Arlington, will be hosting their annual holiday concert this Sunday at First United Methodist of Arlington. And this year, they're really proud to partner with Tarrant County College Southeast Campus. All of the proceeds and donated non-perishable food items will benefit the Southeast Campus Food Pantry. So that's a neat opportunity to both be inspired by music for the holidays and benefit a very important service that we provide to our students and community through that food pantry.
Good job, thank you.
Those are great photos, too. You're very busy. Mr. Barr?
Well, I get the privilege of reporting on the Tarrant County College Foundation's event, Grateful for You, that was held on December the 8th, as an opportunity to thank people who support the foundation and contribute to it over the years. Mr. Greenhill was there, and even though it was at Acre Distillery, he seemed to be behaving there, maybe better than he did at some of the other places. It was a great event, opportunity to thank people who support the foundation and what it does for the students here at TCC. The Chancellor spoke. It was great to participate. I know Mr. Hornsby was there, and Ms. Ayala was there. And it was a good event, and I appreciate everyone's participation.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. And that's a little gem, isn't it? That little event play, that venue. Thank you. So I have the opportunity to recognize one of our faculty members that was participated and won the national 100-kilometer race, which is 62 and a half miles. It's Elizabeth Northern, and she is a senior research analyst in the Office of Institutional Research. And so when she's obviously not crunching data in the IR department, she's out running. But she has completed, she competed in the 2016 and 2020 Marathon Olympic Trials. She and her children held the 10K double stroller Guinness World Record for a brief moment. I mean, she's just an amazing, amazing person. So we want to congratulate her on that win. And the fact that she won this particular race, it gives her the opportunity to represent the United States at the 2022 100-kilometer World Championships in Berlin. So congratulations to her. My goodness. So she took advantage of the downtime and was just running, so we're proud of that. Just want to recognize, as we move toward the end of another year, it's really a good time to reflect on the successes that of the past 12 months. And so I think it also gives us an opportunity to look forward to the promise of the following year and the future. So thank you to staff for pulling together some information about just some milestones and highlights for the year. Just to remind everybody, the number of certificates and diplomas that were issued, 6,968 graduates that we've had. We awarded 8,321 degrees and certificates this year. The number of high school students who received an associate degree, 294 early college high school students earned an associate degree. The number of scholarships awarded by the foundation, $923,640 of scholarships were awarded in the 2020-2021 academic year. $1,800 was the average scholarship amount per student. And for the emergency assistance fund that was awarded, it was $122,221. And so there were a number of students that benefited from the Eliminating Barriers Fund. And the data that I know that we have heard at the foundation, that it's the fact that they remain in school, the percentage is very, very high. So that's a very good fund to contribute to if you want to make some donations before the end of the year. And another point of growth that we obviously want to be sure to celebrate around faculty and employees and programs is we enrolled in the fall 1,301 veterans for 2021, a fall 2021. Northwest Campus redevelopment groundbreaking. We have the Southeast Campus redevelopment. TCC Connect Campus enrollment grew by 9.5% from fall of 20 to 2021. And we onboarded 521 TCC T3 scholars in cohort 1. So just want to congratulate everyone that was involved in all of these successes, and thank you, because I know that much has been asked of everyone over the past couple of years, and particularly this year. It was a huge transition, so I want to thank each and every one of you for your efforts, and congratulations to all these students as well. So I think we're ready to move on to the meeting. Thank you, Chancellor. All right, okay. Let's see, we'll go on to the agenda here. Consideration and approval of the consent agenda. For those of you that are watching and live streaming this, these items have been vetted and reviewed by the board during the work session. So if it seems like we're going through these pretty quickly, it's because we've had an opportunity to review these already. So I have any questions or comments on the consent agenda? Otherwise, I would just entertain a motion.
I move approval.
Move approval from Mr. Barr.
Second.
Second by Dr. Morrison. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. We'll have Ms. Alanis come on up. We have consideration and approval of the individual items. 5A, consideration and approval of contract with Air Balancing Company, Inc. for testing and balancing services on the Southeast Campus renovation and expansion project in the amount not to exceed $728,520. Ms. Alanis.
Yeah, so as we discussed last week, this is a contract to exist throughout the duration of the Southeast redevelopment. They'll participate during the design and construction drawing development to evaluate systems that are selected, and then ultimately make sure that they are installed and operating to the maximum efficiency. So it's a best practice to engage a firm like this. So they'll be with us for a number of years. The other thing I'll note as well is that the original attachment that you had referenced in Exhibit A but didn't have the entire document, and so we've left that at your places as well. That just has a little bit more detailed information about that engagement.
Thank you, Ms. Alanis. Any questions or comments on this one? We're going to take a moment, I think, to look at that exhibit just to make sure everybody's comfortable. Otherwise, we'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved. Was that Ms. Decine? Okay, Ms. Decine.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hornsby. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. 5B, consideration and approval of contract with Terracon Consultants, Inc. for materials testing services on the Southeast Campus renovation and expansion project in the amount not to exceed $159,478.40. Ms. Alanis.
Yeah, so this is also related to the ongoing work at the Southeast Campus, and they'll be engaged to do materials testing to make sure that the building is constructed to code and specification. They'll do things both in the field and in the lab to test things like steel and concrete and those kinds of things. One thing I want to point out, and your chair has an eagle eye, we have replaced in front of you also that on the table on the back, we originally had a placeholder where you see the highlight of $800,000, which was the estimated cost of testing and balancing, but you just approved a contract for slightly less than that, and so we hadn't plugged in the actual dollar amounts to this action item. So we made those adjustments to lower that cost and increase the contingency as an offset. So that is in front of you as well. So if I would suggest that perhaps you approve as amended by
Okay.
staff. Mhm.
Okay. So moved? Okay, by Dr. 5A, I'm sorry, for 5B.
I second it.
Okay. Dr. Morrison as amended, and then, was that Mr. Greenhill? Second, as amended. Do we need to restate anything for the record? Are we okay with that, Miss? We're fine? Okay, all right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. 5C, consideration and approval of a letter of no objection to the foreign trade zones and, board allowing for the foreign trade zone designation through the Alliance Corridor Foreign Trade Zone for TTI Inc. for the facility located at 5050 Mark IV Parkway, Fort Worth, Texas. Ms.
Yes.
Alanis.
So you heard a briefing last week on the purpose of a foreign trade zone. It's essentially an economic development tool that allows the taxing entities to allow for businesses to handle materials and further manufacturing processes in their warehouses without tax implications. They're required to have letters of no objection in order to be formed. TTI actually has a foreign trade zone that was established in 2012, and this is an expansion of that. There's no financial impact to the college because there's no existing tax revenue on that inventory today. The college will benefit from the improvements that they're making to the facility in which they will operate, so in terms of property tax values, in addition to the general economic vitality that's offered and the workforce expansion and so on. But with approval here, we will provide that letter. One thing I will note is that we indicated that that the City of Fort Worth letter we did not have a copy of yet. They did approve their letter of no objection at their Tuesday meeting, and I don't have a signed version of that yet, but I'll get it added to the record, but just for your information.
Great. Okay, thank you. And I know we had some folks from TTI that was TTI that
Yes,
came and spoke at our
TTI.
work session. But we had a very good discussion
Yes.
around that. So any questions or comments on this one?
I move approval.
You move approval, Mr. Barr?
Second.
Second by Mr. Kine. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. 5D, consideration and approval of payment of Tarrant County College District's pro-rata allocation of the Tarrant Appraisal District 2022 budget for services associated with levying a property tax in an amount not to exceed $1,386,704.36.
Yeah, so all of the taxing entities in Tarrant County engage the appraisal district to do their collective work for appraisals on our behalf. When they establish their budget each year, they give us our pro-rata share based on the number of accounts, and so this just authorizes us to pay that invoice for those services.
Any questions or comments on that, or clarifications? Okay, we'll
I'll make a
entertain
motion to approve.
All right, Mr. Greenhill? Second by Dr. Morrison. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Ms. Alanis, you're up again?
I am. So
Yes.
you do have in your packet the full financial report, and I'll give you a couple of highlights, and this is for the period ending at the end of November, which is the third fiscal month, so a quarter of the year has gone by already, if you can believe it. But essentially, we've collected about 20% of our revenue for the year. We are still seeing a downturn compared to last year in terms of tuition revenue, which you've heard a lot about. One thing I'll note is that we've continued to and we will do it again this year, utilize HERF funds to offset some of our revenue losses associated with that. We were able to reimburse ourselves last year. In addition, as you know, we continue to use HERF funds to support students to continue their enrollment. We don't want to lose the hours, and so we're supporting that way, but then we're also able to reimburse ourselves. So we'll continue to monitor that and manage it as well. The other thing I'll mention, we're at about 27% for our expenses for the year, which is about on track. And so nothing out of the ordinary as far as that goes. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any
And then-
questions on that? You want us to proceed with, this one, or do you want me to see?
I'm sorry, you can, I didn't pause long enough
Oh,
for
that's
questions.
Anyone have any questions or clarifications on the highlights from the financials? Okay, go ahead, thank you.
Yes, and so also in your packet, you've got the investment report in front of you, and As you learned last month, we're continuing to set up the banking relationships and such that will allow us to move this to a more managed portfolio. But you'll note that we still have a pretty low yield on our investments of under 1%. And in addition, we have a weighted average maturity of only 90 days. And that was one of the focuses of the changes to the investment policy last year, that's too short. We ought to be able to have longer investments, and it's reflective of so much of our money in the pool investments. So again, at the beginning of the year, hopefully as we have all of those funds transferred over, we'll start to see some improvements in those yields. For the benefit of the new members as well, as we do have some pretty significant constraints related to the Public Funds Investment Act to ensure that preservation of the corpus is a really high priority beyond the kinds of investment returns that we might like to see over time, but you see that reflected here. The other thing I'll mention is at your table, we did not receive the mineral investment report in time to publish it with the board packet, and so we've distributed that here for you as well from the foundation.
Is that this asset class?
Yes,
Is this the one it's
yes.
called entitled Asset Class
That's right.
Performance? And this will just be included in the submission for the for all the final documents for this meeting, or?
We can certainly record it there that it was provided
Okay,
to you all here.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just a routine report that we received from the
Thank you.
foundation. Okay.
Any questions on that? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Dr. Giovannini?
Thank you, Ms. Ayala. Just to call attention, there's some 40-some items in the back of your packet related to accolades of individuals and departments and campuses and such, and so I'll draw your attention to that. We continue to receive quite a bit of attention around our online TCC Connect, as well as our efforts in marketing and public relations. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to be involved in the United States, Mexico, Canada International Summit for building a better workforce, or a future workforce, if you will, and representatives from all three countries, if you will. Even though I or no one else from TCC had a speaking part, we were the only college in the United States mentioned at least 3 times, and particularly called out for the work that we're doing in the corporate solutions arena, and as it relates to the Hillwood development and the Alliance Airport, and that being a model, if you will, of industrial development and such, and then the support of that. So we're very proud that certainly that we were recognized there. And there were some colleges in Canada as well as Mexico called out, but we were the only U.S. college called out in that. So it speaks well to our efforts. It speaks well to what we're trying to accomplish here in the metro area, and our relationships with the business community. Lastly, I certainly want to wish the entire college community a very happy and healthy holiday season, and look forward to next year to be refreshed, re-engaged, and reconnected in a lot of different ways. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ms. Bracken, we don't have any closed session today? Okay. Thank you, Chancellor. Before we close out the meeting, I want to thank Mr. Kine for the popcorn. Thank you very much for your thoughtfulness. We appreciate that. We'll tear into that here very shortly. And again, just want to thank everyone. Much has been asked of everyone for this past year, and so thank you very much for stepping up. And I appreciate your serving with your compassion and with grace. And thank you as well, Chancellor, for your leadership. So, okay, unless we don't have anything further, we have. We'll be adjourning here. Anyone have anything they want to close out with? Okay. So our next board meeting is going to be on January the 13th. We're going to sing Jingle Bells. The next board meeting work session is going to be on January 13th, 2022, and our next board meeting will be on January 20th, 2022. Entertain a motion to adjourn? Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I think that was Dr. Morrison. Do you want to second that? Mr. Hornsby. All right. Happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.